Hello everybody, it's Stella from London and I'm here to show you my latest journal, which is a spring journal, and I had to get it in quick because we're almost into summer, although you wouldn't think it today with the weather we've had. So you've already seen the cover if you're in my group, and this is the cover that I did with gesso, 2 colours of acrylic paint and some glue. And if you want me to do a little video to show you how I did that, please say in the comments and I'll do it for you. It took about 4 days altogether to get that effect because I didn't rush it, and anyway, I'm pleased with the result. And then of course I decorated it with these bits and pieces. Everybody liked the ladybird, which we found on the floor. My husband picked it up. He thought it was a real one to start with. So anyway, I'll get started. It's quite thick. I think it's 120 sides like this altogether. So I'll start going through it now. I had a lot of things left over from the last journal, so I decided to do another spring journal. And this is it. I've used some of my Sainsbury's tablecloth again to cover it on the inside, and then just proceeded with the tea-dyed pages. Because this one encompassed Easter, I've used some of my very pretty Easter cards and turned them into journal cards because they really are so nice. So I've also used some of the tags that I made and selling my kit on the Etsy store, and those are they. And I've made some little pretty bits and pieces to decorate the pockets and other places. This is a page from the Edith Holden book for March, Edwardian Lady. And then here I've got a little pocket from a seed packet, and again some more of my tags, which I painted the picture that you see of the Alstroemeria lilies, and this was tea-dyed napkin. Here's another page with Easter card and a seed packet, and then a little postcard that I've put one of my old pictures on from the prize. There's an envelope. This is a double pocket, so you can put in at the back and at the front. And that's just another one of my tags. Difficult to hold this one open because it wants to shut. That's just a bunny stamp. This is the little pocket that I had in Happy Mail. So I've got some cards in there. The tag here. And then that's just a post-it note, and underneath is a pocket. Inside the pocket is a picture of some spring flowers. I sort of went with the lavender theme a little bit in this one. There's a little tag that I've decorated. Another seed packet and another tag in the top there. This was a tea-dyed envelope that I've jazzed up a bit. little bird there. This was some special paper that I got. I got a whole batch of handmade paper and sort of fancy paper, so I've used that. This one was part of a kit from Etsy, the Artie Mays Bloom Spring Kit. Very pretty it is too. Another little journaling card. Perhaps I won't take them all off because it'll take too long. But that's a journaling card that I made for my kit. Wanted to use those up. And another one, a little seed packet you can put things in, and a little bird there. This is the centre of the first signature, and I've used these little tags here to hold the strings. And I've made this page of boxing hairs into a big pocket and used my punch to do the edge. This is some pictures of some nesting birds, which is appropriate of course for the time of the year. And here I've got another pocket with another journaling card that I've made with some tissue paper and various other bits and pieces. Little pieces of material. Here's another Easter card, and underneath there's a pocket with an envelope in it that you can fill up. I love the idea of the Easter eggs at this time of the year. Apart from the chocolate, which is delicious, I like the idea of the eggs and the new birth. And there's a nest and eggs. Another little Easter card. That's a rose. We're not quite into the rose season yet. And there's a big tag from my kit. And another decoupaged envelope. There's a journaling card that I've made. Some ledger paper. And then that really stands out, doesn't it? Suddenly a flash of red, but I liked this spring material that I had. I made a skirt from it, and so it seemed a good idea to use that. And then in the envelope, more bits and pieces. Plenty of space to put all your secrets. That's from the Little Observer's Book of Birds' Eggs. And another page from that beautiful book by Edith Holden. That's just a post-it note so you can add to it. I like these nice big ones. They're ideal for journaling because you can take them out, write on them and then put them back. Here's a little quote. "Is the spring coming?" he said. "What is it like? It is the sun shining on the rain, and the rain falling on the ground." We haven't had enough rain lately. It's been very dry. An envelope. This came with the L'Occitane soap that we like to buy, the lavender soap. And here's a bit of cheerful material that I've stuck some flowers on. And on that side it's weekly goals. Another packet with a tag and another picture from the kit. Artie Mays' kit. Here's Here's the lavender fields and a small tag with bunny on it. That's such a pretty little stamp, that bunny one. I used it lots of times. I've got the Easter eggs again and plenty of room to scribble. And here I've done some sewn lines to write on. More little Easter egg, birds' eggs. And the April, the name of this month is derived from the Greek word for opening. In many countries of Europe, the 1st of April has for long been appropriated to a facetious custom for which no satisfactory origin has yet been assigned. To send an ignorant or unsuspecting person on a bootless errand is the great endeavour of the day. In England, such a one is designated April Fool. In Scotland, he's said to be hunting the gowk, while in France, he is called Poisson d'avril, or April fish. There's some little butterflies, and I'm going to pull out envelope pocket, but you can also put more butterflies in, or moths. Such lovely colours, aren't they? Of course it won't go back in the way it came out. And that goes back in there. Here's a page from Spring, again the Reader's Digest book that I've got. Such beautiful pictures in there. It's lovely. The frogs at the bottom in the pond mating. And here we've got another journal card, which I've attached a small little envelope to that I've sewn around. You can pop things in there. And there's the journal card. Again, it's a double pocket, so you've got double the space to store things in. Put that on there. And a little bitty one. And here we've got another couple of things from the kit, Artie Maze's kit, and this time they're mason jars with space on the back to write. You can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming. That is another one of the lavender fields, which I've attached this envelope to. The decoupage from a napkin. That's that lovely bunny. Very popular it was in the local supermarket. We were buying things with that on it. Napkins, cups, everything was really popular. And here's another little tiny weeny envelope. They've got a similar bunny this year. This was last year's, but this one I think is the best. That was my favourite. I think Sharon made that one. Thank you, Sharon. Oops. Another little envelope with a tag inside. And here's an Easter card with it's raised, the pattern on that one. Very, very nice. And I've got a little card in here which I got from one of my favourite shops, and this says, "The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all the piety nor wit shall have it back to dance half a line, nor all the tears wash out a word of it." Omar Khayyam. That's a page of spring flowers and birds from the What to Look For in Spring book. And some lovely writing on the back. Yeah, I've got another decoupaged envelope with a journaling card on that I've made, and another little picture from my kit with the old pictures from the prize. I'm going to die cut this little notebook here. There's a bird, oops, and some butterflies. Thank you, Sue Ann. And this was another journaling card that I made. Some more of the sewing from my sewing machine. It does all the fancy stitches. It's got so many fancy stitches on it, I don't think I've even tried them all yet. This is all about the spring equinox. Some pansies. Another envelope. Always and forever. And that folds down so you can write on it. On the back. What to look for in spring? Well, warmth. But we haven't had much so far. We had a couple of weeks, that was about all. And here's another, this is more like what we've had. Wind, cold wind. And lots of it. This is all about the lavender fields, and that's a cutout from Daphne's diary, which we all love, don't we? There's a beautiful picture of, I think they're house martins. Or swallows. I'm not sure which. Whatever they are, they don't come to my garden, I'm afraid. Apparently with all the modern housing, there are not so many places for the birds to nest. Especially if you've had your guttering replaced with more modern version like I have. The birds can't make a nest underneath it, which is a shame, isn't it? Another Easter card. Be happy, be bright, be you. And that's a round journaling card this time. And one of my daffodil tags, which you can get in my Etsy shop in the Springtime Flowers kit. Another picture from the spring book. This one shows the catkins and talks about them underneath, and here we've got all the common different types of catkins. I'm beginning to lose the light now. Hope it's not going too fuzzy. Here's another that. There's a little paper bag pocket there, and I've put another one of my tags in there. And a stamp with a sleepy hedgehog who's waking up. So unfortunately we're losing a lot of our hedgehogs over here. I don't know where they've gone. We used to have lots and lots in the garden, and you could hear them grunting in the evening, especially during the mating season. But for the last few years I haven't seen any, and that's despite our garden having a lot of slugs. In this page I've got a little pocket there made from newspaper with a tag and two little eggs in there, which you can write on the back of. That's cute, isn't it? And then another piece of a page from Edith Holden. The back end of that page. Oh, it was a swallow, not a house martin. Now this page has got this pretty, it's sort of a plasticky lace, and it looks so pretty on the side of the pages, but I can't find it over here in England. So if any of my pen pals see any of this and they can spare it, please send it my way. That's the only bit I had, and that, I think that was given to me. Here we've got another pocket with another tag that I've done. A little doily there. And that's one of Carol's tags. Isn't that lovely? Another page, ploughing up the field, making drills to sow the seeds. That's an early flowering orchid, a purple orchid. One of the seasons for woodland orchids. It comes into flower in April or early May. We've just had the bluebells, and I've got some of those in my garden, which you can't see from here. But more woodland flowers. Another little envelope there made from newspaper, and a pocket from Artie May's kit. Here I've got another round journaling card and another big tag from my kit. And another Eastery card. That's pretty, isn't it? So there we are. So that's the end of this one. It's rather chunky. Whoops, that's fallen out. So this will be for sale in my Etsy store. I'll put a link underneath the video. And just before I go, I'll see if I can show you my garden, which you can see out of the window, because the lilac is in full bloom at the moment and it's looking really gorgeous. So I pull out, I've got on the left here, I've got lavender mist. All this green is lavender mist, and that's about to flower. It hasn't quite flowered yet, and as you can see, the trees are just starting. Nice pan round here, you can see we've got a rose, climbing rose, which is yellow, and forget-me-nots in the box. And today I dug over half of this bed ready to plant my geraniums. You can see on the seat at the back I've got my soil waiting to go on the garden, and that's where I hang my washing, and that's where I put my washing basket underneath. I just thought you might like to see that. So I can't really show you anymore because I can't twist it round, but there's the lilac, and it's a gorgeous deep purple. Hope it comes out well in the video. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of my group if you're in my pen pal group, and I'll speak to you again next time. Bye bye.